Hello everyone, welcome to another video, and this video is going to be a very useful one for all the people who want to learn good English, because this video is about modal verbs that are also called as auxiliary verb or helper verb. They have their own meaning, like ability, intention, permission. So these have different uses. Okay, so I'll try to explain all the modal verbs, maybe not in one video because there are so many. So it might take two or maybe three videos to explain all of them and their usage. But this is the first one, the first video, and today we're going to learn the first few ones like can, could, may, might. So I'll try to finish these four and their uses in this video. So let's start. And the first one we see here is can. Okay, can. And the first use of can is ability. So you can use can as modal verb to express the ability. Okay, for example, I can teach English. This is my ability. So when I'm saying I can teach English, I'm telling to other people that I have this ability to teach English. Okay. I can cook. Another ability, cooking here in this case. Okay, look at some examples that I've included in this PPT. For example, she can speak several languages. So it's her ability that she can speak several languages. I can speak Chinese. So speaking Chinese, again, an ability here. He can swim like a fish. Okay, so again, it's an ability. I can see you, that I have this ability to see you. Okay, next, for strong possibility we can also use can. For example, he can summarize this article. Well, if I'm saying this, he can summarize this article, then I know him, either he is a very educated person or he's been writing or summarizing the articles for a long time. So I know this person. So that's why I'm saying this, because there is a strong possibility that he can do this work. He can summarize this article. To explain it, for example, you go to a repair shop and you know that person is an expert. So you say, well, I'm going to this person and he has been repairing anything, for example, laptops for 20 years or for 30 years. And now you can say, well, he can repair my laptop in case if you go to the laptop shop, because this person is an experienced one and you know him and he's been doing this for a long time, so there is a strong possibility that he can do this. Okay, look at next example here in this PPT. She can do well in her test. She can speak well after learning for 6 months. So if like she learns something for 6 months, she can speak well. I think here we are talking about a language. And in this example, she can do well in her test. So there is a strong possibility, and we hear this a lot. This kind of phrase these days whenever the result is about to announce, especially the ninth, 10th, or high school or college results, whenever they are about to announce in our country. So we hear so many people, especially the mothers, saying that my son or my daughter can get first position. So they are saying there's a strong possibility that they can get the first position. Okay, let's move on to the next use of can. Here is suggestion, that you are suggesting something to someone. For suggestion, for advice, you can use can also. Here, this is another use of can. Look at some examples here. If you're not feeling well here, you can shift your house. Okay, it's a very common example, especially the place I live. If people they feel there are not enough amenities here, so they just want to move to another house. So here to give this kind of suggestion, you can say you can move to another house, or you can shift your house. Okay, you can start working hard. If someone is struggling either in studies or somewhere, you can tell him that you can start working hard. Again, you are suggesting him to do something. Okay, you can find another way. You can talk with your mother about this issue. Well, I actually give this suggestion to some of my students. She was a Chinese, and she actually talked about an incident with me. She said when she was going on subway in China, someone or she lost her cell phone somewhere. Maybe someone has stolen it, or she just lost somewhere. I don't know. So she was reluctant to talk about this issue with her mother. So I said it is okay, you can talk this issue with your mother. So that's why I wrote this example over here. I gave her an advice, I gave her a suggestion, or a suggestion. Okay, let's move on to the last use of can, and this is for permission. Okay, be careful when you are using can for permission, because can has another usage, that is ability. So sometimes, or it happens in my class also, students, instead of saying may I leave or may I go to drink water, they start saying can I go to drink water or can I leave. So I actually tell them that here in for this kind of permission, can is not a proper word. You can use may instead here, because sometimes the classroom door is closed. So I tell them that you don't have ability to go outside because the classroom door is closed. Okay, so first thing you have to do is you need to open the door, and then you have this ability to go outside. So if you need my permission, then you may use may instead of can. So I actually have this kind of situation a lot in my class. Okay, but anyway, you can use can for some type of permissions. For example, here, can I sit here? Can I go with you? Can I call you? Can I ask you for dinner? Okay, let's move on. And this is for permission. Let's move on to the next modal verb, that is could. Okay, could. So the first use of could is for past ability. Okay, past ability, some ability that you had in the past but now you don't have it. Okay, first of all, we use the can for ability, and we can use could for the past ability, some ability that you had in the past but now you don't have it anymore. Okay, look at some examples here. I wrote written here. I could play cricket. Well, some people who are really old now, they can't play cricket now. So they can say, I could play cricket when I was young. Okay. So here they are talking about an ability that they had in the past, but now they don't have it. Like, I could swim. Okay. In the past, maybe someone was really young, so he could swim very well, but now he can't swim because he's old, his body does not permit him. Okay. Next example, I could run 10 miles in my 20s. Well, maybe in his 20s, the person he could run a lot, or 10 miles he could run, but not anymore, okay? Till last year, I could read without glasses. So, this person, what is saying that until last year his eyesight was really good, that he could read without wearing glasses, but now he doesn't have this ability anymore, so now he has to use some glasses to read something. So that's why he had this ability in the past, but now he doesn't have anymore. Look at the next use of a could. This is ability based conditional sentences. So there is a condition, okay, and this is ability based. Look at some examples. If he works hard, he could get good grades. Okay, so what is the condition here? If he works hard, only then he could get good grades. Okay, so again, ability based conditional sentences. What is ability here? He could get good grades. Okay, and condition is here if he works hard. If he goes to America, he could find a job there. Okay, what is the condition here? If he goes to America, And what is the ability here? He could find a job there. Okay, look at the next example. If he listens to my lecture, he could learn something from me. Okay, he could learn something from me. That is actually the ability. And what is the condition here? If he listens to my lecture. Okay, the last example, if he does some experimental work, he could publish some papers. Well, this situation actually a few of my friends they face, and I also face to some extent, because when I was doing my master's degree, my MPhil degree from China, there we couldn't do experimental work because that was special COVID time. So I couldn't do experimental work, so I couldn't publish more papers which I had planned to publish. Okay, so this is another use of could, that is ability based conditional sentences. Okay, next, for polite requests you can use could. Yes, this is a very good model verb to use for polite requests. Okay, here, could I use your phone? Could you take our picture? Could I have a look at your papers? Could you please take me to the manager? Okay, this is one of my favorite use of could for requesting something politely. Okay, for example, you are going on the road, you are with your fiance or with your wife. Okay, and then you need to have, or you want to have a picture of two of you together, and then you, these days it is easy to take a selfie together, but still if you want a back camera picture, then you can ask someone. And because in this case you need to request politely, so you can use could here for this kind of polite request. Okay, you can say, could you please take a photo of us together? Okay, this is a very good use of could for requesting something politely. Okay, let's move on to the next. And again, just like the way you use can for suggesting something, for suggestion you can use could also for the same purpose. Okay, so I'm not going to spend so much time on this one. I think it is easy for suggestion. You're just suggesting something to someone. You could change your habit. You could work hard. You could drink some water. You could change your seat if you're not feeling comfortable, or if you're not comfortable here. Okay, for suggestion you can use could. Look at the next use of could for possibility or uncertainty, something that you're not sure about, or something that is maybe a possibility in the future it might happen. Okay, you could do it if you tried hard. Actually, here again is a condition here. If you tried hard, okay, you could do it, or you could have won the match. Whatever, there was a possibility that you could have won the match. Okay, if my brother was here, we could have solved this problem. Okay, if I have worked hard, I could have won the first prize. Again, there was a possibility that you could have won the first prize. Okay, and it is based on a condition. Okay, so this is another use of could, that is for possibility or something that you are not sure about. Okay, okay, let's move on to the next. I think this is the last use of could as modal verb, and this is for indirect speech. For indirect speech, can is changed into could. Okay, here we can see could is the past tense of can in indirect speech. Okay, here are some examples I've included in this PPT. He says, "I can lift this box." For in indirect speech, it would be he said that he could lift that box. She says, "I can't see anything." She said that she couldn't see anything. So simply for indirect speech, can is changed into could. This is the last use of could as modal verb. And move on to the next modal verb, that is may. Okay, may is a very good modal verb for permission. Okay, you can use may for permission. May I come in? May I go with you? May I help you? May I take care of you? Okay, so for permission, try to use may most of the time, because it can fit almost at everywhere. But can, it does not fit everywhere. Okay, because of the other uses of can. All right, so a very good one. Whenever you want to go somewhere, like if you're a student and you want to go to drink water, you can say, may I go to drink water, okay, or may I leave now, okay. This is a common problem that I see in my class. My students, instead of using may, they try to use, or mostly they use can. Then I have to tell them that instead of using can, try to use may for this kind of permission. Okay, look at the next one, the last use of may. This is a weak possibility about a future action and about a present condition. Something that is you're not actually certain about. There is a weak possibility, okay? So look at some examples. Those reports may prove to be false. So there is a weak possibility that those reports may prove to be false, okay? I may go to my hometown next week. Actually, a couple of days ago, I was supposed to go there. So I was supposed to go to my actually village. And yesterday night, I was talking about this with my uncle. I said that I may go back to my village tomorrow or within the couple of days. So here I was not actually sure about, and there was a weak possibility that I might do it. Okay, next one, we may have a rainy day. So there is a weak possibility that we may have a rainy day. Okay, so this was the second and last use of may as modal verb. Now let's move on to might. Might, if first of all, the first uses of might as modal verb is the same like may. Weak possibility about a future action or about a present condition. Okay, like here the same, nothing different here. Take an umbrella, it might rain. He might visit Shanghai next week. She might come to see me today. Okay, so same uses as may. Now move on to the next one. Just like we used could for the indirect speech, okay, here we can use might for indirect speech, okay. Whenever we're in direct sentence there is may, for indirect sentence we can replace may with the word might, okay. Here are some examples you can see. She says he may eat a cake. He said that he might eat a cake, okay. So here may is changed into might in indirect speech. Another example, he says he may attend the meeting, okay. He said that he might attend the meeting. So in indirect speech may is being changed into might. Okay, so the video is actually getting longer, so I don't want to finish the modal verbs in one video. I hope first of all you watch this video and you learn the first four modal verbs and their uses. If you have some problem or if you have some confusion, you are welcome to talk about it with me. You can either send me an email. I'm going to put my email address in the description section. You can find it over there, or you can simply write a comment in the comment section, and I'll be happy to reply to all of your questions or problems or whatever you have. Okay, see you in the next video of modal verbs. Keep learning well. If you are learning well after watching my videos, then I feel that I'm not wasting my time to record all of these videos. After all, I am recording for all of my students. Okay, take care of yourself. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye, have a good time.